WSMV 4 News at 10 starts now with this breaking news alert.
Oh my God.
A deadly tornado outbreak hits Middle Tennessee, causing widespread devastation. We've got live team coverage across the damaged areas tonight.
All right, in Clarksville, we got the first taste of just how strong this storm would be. To Hendersonville, Springfield, even Nashville. Our crews are bringing us the very latest on the damage and where people go from here tonight.
And tonight, we know at least 6 people lost their lives in the storm. Several more are hurt and had to be rescued. Many homes and businesses have been destroyed, and thousands are left in the dark tonight.
It has been an eventful weather day as a line of catastrophic storms went through the mid-state. We have been live literally for hours now, keeping you up to date with minute-by-minute coverage.
Yeah, we issued a first alert weather date on Tuesday. We're tracking these storms as they approach the mid-state.
All right, our first alert weather team, including Chief Meteorologist Lisa Spencer and Cruz Medina, have been tracking these storms all day as they move through the area. Not only that, but warning folks days in advance. So let's talk about right now. Are they finally moving out? Where are we at?
Things are improving very, very rapidly. This is great news. We look here at our tornado watch. And remember, this covered the entire mid-state earlier. It is set to expire at 11 o'clock, may even be trimmed away early, but there are only a few counties still left in that watch area. And you can see from our First Alert Live radar that the rain continues to move on towards the east. We still have quite a bit of lightning here along these eastern counties, but we're just seeing mainly rain. It even looks like the storms with the highest winds have pressed eastward. Just a few light showers left around Hartsville, Lebanon, and even a few all the way back, as you can see here, into Nashville. But a little farther up to the northeast, still some heavy downpours. A lot of that lightning, though, is also moving away. And then we scoot on down to around Spencer, over to Spring City. Most of those storms have moved out of our viewing area over to Altamont. Things continue to improve. Heavier downpours there around the Fayetteville area. But we have big changes on the way. Cruz?
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. So we had a cold front that moved through today. That's what sparked all of these strong and severe storms that we had. And behind that, it's opening up the gates to some very cold air. So our winds are going to be out of the northwest. We're talking 30s by the time that you wake up tomorrow. So quite the change. I mean, today we've been in the 60s in most spots. This is what you're stepping out the door to tomorrow. 30s to around 40 degrees. And then through the afternoon, we're actually going to see the highs only staying in the 40s. So it's really not going to be the warmest day. We actually start off with plenty of clouds as well, but we will eventually see some sunshine peeking through in the mix. We'll have a look at that and your extended forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Marius, Amanda?
All right, we're going to start in Nashville, where 3 people are now confirmed dead. This video captured the moments the tornado moved into Madison.
Emergency management said the 3 deaths were on Nesbitt Lane, and that's where we find our Stacy Cameron. Stacy.
Yeah, Marius, for our viewers, this is in the northeastern part of Nashville. We're just a little bit west of Gallatin Pike here on Nesbitt Lane. I want to show you what's happening right here. You can see there's a family now starting to board up and tarp their home. This is about where the damage started here on Nesbitt Lane. If we start to come a little bit down the road, you can see their next door neighbor. Look at this home. This is the 2nd story. This is a bedroom. We just noticed as I continued to look a little closer, you can actually see a lamp still plugged in, hanging down from that home. This is exactly why when Lisa and Cruz and our meteorology team tells you to get to a lower level of your home, that's why you get here. Neighbors tell me that the person living here, fortunately, was not home at the time. But people living on this street tell me when the storm hit, it sounded like an explosion. There are at least another 9 homes down this street that were damaged, and we know, unfortunately, tragically tonight, a 2-year-old somewhere on this street lost their life. We're reporting tonight now on the north side of Nashville. Reporting live, I'm Stacy Cameron. Back to you in the studio.
Devastating. Stacy, thank you so much. And there were also people trapped in a church on Dickerson Pike. You could see tree limbs on the ground near that area. A lot of debris was churned up by the storm, and we don't know if anyone was injured there.
Well, before the storm system reached Nashville, a tornado ravaged parts of Clarksville and Montgomery County. 3 people were killed there, including 2 adults and 1 child. City officials say 23 people had to go to the hospital. Mayor Joe Pitts has declared a state of emergency now, and a curfew is in effect tonight and tomorrow night, both starting at 9, so we're about an hour into tonight's. Meanwhile, we're hearing from people who jumped in to save lives there.
My wife Angie's a nurse. She was able to do some CPR, but she was not alone. There were medics. People were just coming from everywhere. She's really good.
That is Rex Stockton. He lives on Henry Place Boulevard, where Joylyn Bukovac has been reporting all evening long. And Joylyn, you have heard some really difficult stories tonight.
It's been a tough day for me and everyone, especially the people who were here as it was happening, or people who heard it happening and then came over here to see this, just complete devastation. I've seen people gather together crying and just trying to look around and wrap their minds around exactly what happened here today. And you can just see how powerful these winds were, picking up debris. It leveled houses and, just throwing debris around. You can see this big piece of wood in front of me. And then also it flipped over a moving truck down the street. It lifted roofs off homes, and Rex Stockton and his wife, they lost their roof, but they say what they lost is replaceable, a stark difference compared to those who lost loved ones today.
They lost more. We were fortunate. We have insurance, so we can replace stuff.
My husband said people were running around making sure everybody was out, and my husband had to go over there and help pick up some wood to get a little girl and a little boy out. I know one of them was unresponsive.
Just absolutely devastating, and several neighbors, they jumped in to help once they found out children and some adults were trapped under debris.
It is awesome to see how well this community pulled together and trying their best efforts to get these kids out and that other gentleman out. So that's a pretty good thing to see.
And it's quiet here now, but earlier there were people out here handing out water, food, checking on neighbors, and also Northeast High School is serving as a Red Cross shelter for those who need a place to stay. Reporting live in Clarksville, I'm Joylyn Bukovac, WSMV 4.
Very tough night out there, Joylyn. Thank you so much. Hendersonville was also hit hard tonight. This is video from the Walton Ferry Peninsula. You can see a flash of light in the distance as transformers blew and what appears to be a fire there. Our anchor, Lauren Lowry, is in Hendersonville, where there's damage to a Big Place shopping center. And Lauren, you've talked to a lot of people there tonight.
Yeah, thankfully, there's been no serious injuries. Even when you see all the damage, it's pretty remarkable. I've seen facades of buildings sheared off. I've seen roofs off. I've seen huge HVAC units now sitting on the ground, not where they belong at all. And then, of course, power poles like the one behind me, completely sheared off. We've got a lot of loss of power all across this area. Now, I've spoken with several people tonight just trying to secure their businesses. Amina Yacob was standing in the window of his pita shop when he says something told him to just back away from the window, and then seconds later a huge piece of metal came flying in. I've also watched a few people make the treacherous walk down New Shackle Island Road to bowling alleys and the restaurant Jolly Ollie's right there. There is a lot of damage down there, and it's important to note, one man told me it looked like a war zone after he went to check on his businesses. Now, around 8 o'clock tonight, I spoke with a woman who had dropped off her 4 dogs to be boarded up right here at the Animal Clinic Hendersonville, and she was traveling to Kentucky but turned around to get her dogs when she knew about these storms. So listen to what she told me tonight.
We knew they had been hit. We didn't know what was, but we knew our dogs were down in the basement, so we prayed. There was a lot of praying going on, and we got here, all the dogs are fine, but the building has definitely had substantial damage. I mean, we won't be going to work Monday. I know that, obviously.
Well, it's worth noting the leaders in Hendersonville and across this county are urging everybody to stay off the roads tonight. Marius and Amanda.
All right, Lauren, thanks. So Springfield has also been hit hard by a tornado. This is actually video of it moving across a golf course, Legacy Golf Course. Now, Brendan Tierney is in Springfield, where people are basically describing to you, Brendan, about how they were able to survive this.
Yeah, Amanda, 4 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries, but many people we've talked with out here today say they are very lucky no one was killed or seriously injured. Take a look at this fire station out here. It's one of the many buildings that are substantially damaged. You can see parts of the roof and other debris laying across bulldozers and other materials that are just scattered across the area out here. As you look to the right, you can actually even see some of that insulation and roofing across the power lines that are out here as crews have just gotten on scene, starting to begin that repair process. In the distance, there's a tobacco barn. And we were able to talk with a man who was inside when the storm happened. He says that it sounded like a train coming through the area.
On my way back through the office and through the front entrance here down to the basement, everything just exploded. I mean, it was I was lucky I was in the stairwell, because if I'd been in any other part, I'd been in trouble. So.
Over on Memorial Boulevard, cars were flipped over and multiple buildings were just completely toppled over, including a Kroger, which was missing a whole side of it. Lots of damage over there and over here as well, as that repair process is starting out here. Lots of down power lines from the storms that these crews that are out here with us right now are trying to repair. Emergency officials are asking everyone to stay home both tonight and into tomorrow morning until they're able to get all of those lines off the ground. For now, live in Springfield, Brendan Tierney, WSMV 4.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, continuing coverage on today's catastrophic tornado outbreak.
If you're just joining us, a deadly tornado outbreak ravaged the mid-state today. At least 6 people are confirmed dead. This is video of a tornado that hit in Oak Grove, Kentucky, just across the state line from Clarksville.
All right, and we just got this brand new video in that gives a bird's eye view of the damage. This was shot by Titans Logic. This is Cabana Road. This is off of Needmore in the Tiny Town area. And you can just see from the sky there the breadth and scope of this. We know at least 3 people died in Clarksville tonight. Dozens more were hurt in the storm.
Let's continue our team coverage with WSMV's Jordan James, who's live now in Clarksville. And Jordan, just look at the damage behind you. Breathtaking.
Absolutely, Marius. Right now, crews are hard at work trying to restore power off of Walnut Grove Road, which is among the hardest hit areas here in Clarksville. All night long, we have been showing you guys the devastation to this school and the Fine Arts School, which are 2 staples in this community, given that so many memories have been created here over the years and have now been reduced to rubble and debris, just showing the sheer impact that this tornado had, which ended up costing at least 3 people their lives, a child and 2 adults, along with injuries to dozens of others. Moments ago, we caught up with the owner of Clarksville Fine Arts School about the devastation that unfolded.
You see it on TV and it's kind of surreal, but when it happens to you, it's personal. I had no words for that. We literally lost everything. We teach over 150 kids a week and just had our Christmas play last weekend, and so if it was last weekend, we would have had over 300 people in the building.
Clarksville mayor did declare a state of emergency and a curfew is in place today as well as tomorrow. For now, reporting here live in Clarksville, Jordan James, WSMV 4.
All right, Jordan, thanks. Let's head now to Sumner County, where homes and businesses have been seriously damaged in Hendersonville. We're going to go live to Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley. Jeremy, walk us through what you're seeing. We've heard a lot of stories about how people managed to survive this.
Yeah, that's right, Amanda. So we are live just off of New Shackle Island Road here in Hendersonville. I want to show you about what this industrial complex looks like now. So you look at this and you think, okay, this is obviously part of a roof. But step back and look, you can see this is wrapped around a van that was parked here. Now follow me over here and you can see this is what's left. It's a sea of concrete here right outside of this building. There's about 20 businesses they estimate are around here. This is what they are coming to find when they return here tonight to see how bad the damage is. Just on the other side of this large building is a popular pizza and pub. Tonight you are going to hear from the gentleman that was there when the storm came through. Take a listen.
The power cut off. I was like, at first I was nervous because we had a building full of customers. So I was like, oh, I got to get everyone to safety. And so I ran out the kitchen, took everyone out of the kitchen that I had in there because I had full staff of employees in the kitchen with me as well. Took them all, and I told all the customers, took everyone from upstairs, brought them all down to put them all into the back room.
And so what did you all do? Did you huddle down?
I made sure everyone, because there was kids too as well in the building, I made them all get down because I had big tables underneath there. So I made them get all underneath tables to make sure everyone was safe.
So when it did come through, what did it feel like? What did it sound like?
It was definitely, you could just hear wind whistling through our doors. It was just scary. Like when the roof was ripping off the building, the building started shaking, so I was getting nervous that the building was going to collapse on everyone. That was my biggest thing that I was thinking about when it was coming through.
All right, we are back here live again. A miraculous story on a very difficult night tonight across the mid-state. All right, reporting live in Hendersonville, Jeremy Finley, WSMV4 investigates.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. Our First Alert weather team has been warning about this for days and just wrapped hours-long wall-to-wall coverage.
Yeah, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Lisa Spencer and Meteorologist Cruz Medina are here now, and what a day it's been.
It has been, and we've got great news to report now.
Yeah, we're sounding the all clear. The severe weather threat is over, so you can sleep in peace, but we still got some showers and even a few storms out there that we want to track on First Alert Live Radar for you.
That's right. So let's get first to our tornado watch. Look at this. It is all but gone across the area. And here is what we have dealt with today. Just wanted to put this on to show you how we started out with hail, eventually tornadoes, and these are the storms tracked on towards the east. And now all we're looking at is primarily rain, a few embedded thunderstorms, but most of this has moved on towards the east now. And you can see just some lighter showers lingering here, back through Lawrenceburg into Waynesboro tonight. And even Nashville and Davidson County has a few light showers. We see a little bit of that light rain up around Hartsville, and right on down here to the south, a little bit more around Cookeville, over to Jamestown, and then continuing to track these storms as they move out of here. They are out of our viewing area now. No more tornado watch or any warnings in effect at this point, as all this activity has continued to press onto the east, and we are getting a much improved picture tonight. Cruz?
Yes, we are. And the culprit for all of this severe weather that we had today was this cold front that's moving through. You can kind of see where that front is at. It's basically the leading line of where these storms are at. And there's still severe weather ongoing across parts of the deep south. But in our area, now that the front is past us, we're actually going to see some colder air moving in, and you can already see that here with our current temperatures. So middle 40s back to the northwest, Hopkinsville, Paris, those areas, and then 50s off to the east. We're all going to wake up with 30s to even around 40 degrees by the time that we wake up tomorrow. And of course, this is after that front has moved out, so the rain's going to continue to push east. Here's a live look at Cookeville. That should start to dry out by the time we get to tomorrow morning. Lisa?
All right, so we can see those temperatures behind you now. Let's put them over here and see all that rain moving on eastward. There it goes. And then by morning, we actually could see a few snowflakes across the area along the Cumberland Plateau. But look at that. By the time we get to the afternoon, we are talking about 44 degrees. That's all we're going to do. Big transition day for us. So we only issue this First Alert Weather Day just for just a snowflake or two. For the most part, our weather's going to be good tomorrow. Cooler air coming in behind it. As a matter of fact, we're going to see these morning lows at or below freezing all the way through the week. Some showers coming up next Saturday. We'll be right back.
We're continuing to follow the deadly tornado outbreak in Middle Tennessee. National Weather Service calls it catastrophic. At least 6 people are now confirmed dead. And we've got breaking news. The Nashville Mayor, Freddie O'Connell, has just declared a state of emergency for the city.
This traffic camera captured the tornado as it moved into Nashville, as you could see, causing explosions. And we want to go back to Clarksville, where 3 people have died. Our Dryden Quigley is there.
I mean, yeah, imagine just coming home. You expect to find your house, and this is what you see, what's left of it here behind me. Now, we spoke with families who were gathering what they could carry, walking to their cars as far as half a mile away, and then driving to places with power. We talked to the Connect family, who was luckily okay, but here's what they said.
I got a call from my girls at work screaming and crying. They were in the tornado as it was forming. I work at Sam's Club. We got the call, so we made everybody move to the center at Sam's Club. Then I got sent home to rescue my kids.
Absolutely, and luckily they were all okay, but their grandma's house right next to them was destroyed. They were going through the rubble looking for their grandfather's ashes, which luckily they found. But you can just see the devastation here in Clarksville. Live in Clarksville, Dryden Quigley, WSMV4.
We're going to come back in just a moment, and we'll run down the shelters that are available and help that's available to folks who need it.
We've just learned Mayor Freddie O'Connell has declared a state of emergency for Metro Nashville and Davidson County.
And he just released a video statement about this tonight.
Today, a storm turned the world upside down for many in our community. I'm heartbroken to report that we know of at least 3 lives lost as a result of this devastating storm. Based on the damage, I'm declaring a state of emergency for Nashville and Davidson County. In addition to known fatalities and injuries, first responders are still working across the county to get to some hard-to-reach areas. We've partially activated our Emergency Operations Center, and I've been in touch with state and federal partners. While many of you will want to help immediately, for now, it is crucial that you stay out of the affected areas and heed guidance from first responders and officials on the ground. If you've been displaced from your home by this storm, please call 1-800-RED CROSS to get immediate help. Right now, your safety is my top priority. There's a long road of healing and recovery ahead for many of our neighbors, and we'll share more information about how we can all support them in the days and weeks ahead. For now, be safe and take care.
So many people are in desperate need of help tonight. Lydia, there are shelters that are set up right now for people who really need it.
Yeah, Amanda, really important information tonight. Several places opening in Clarksville for people who need a place to sleep. All also really great information to share with friends and loved ones. We know the Red Cross shelter is set up at Northeast High School. We have Mana Cafe also open tonight. That is at the community center on Providence Boulevard. Mosaic Church is welcoming people tonight. That's also the command center for emergency personnel in the North Clarksville area. They're, in fact, canceling all services in the morning so they can help out. And starting tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, Transformation Title and Escrow has 80 beds available and will be serving and delivering meals. Amanda.
Lydia, thank you. Again, both Nashville and Clarksville are under a state of emergency right now. We saw devastating storms pass through the mid-state for hours.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this video shows the moments those deadly tornadoes hit Middle Tennessee. There's been widespread devastation, and we've been covering this for hours now for you. We've had our teams fanned across the damaged areas tonight.
3 people have died in Clarksville. That's where the deadly storm hit first. We're talking 2 adults and a child. Then it moved to Hendersonville, Springfield, and Nashville, where we've learned 3 people have also died, one of them a child.
And we want to show you the moment that tornado blew through Clarksville. We showed it to you live as it happened. As you could see there, debris was thrown all over everywhere. This is a time lapse of the storm as it was blowing through Clarksville.
Yeah, the video from Clarksville, and you can see the funnel clouds so clearly here. We do know that assessment teams are going to be on the ground tomorrow morning to try to figure out exactly how strong the storm was and then try to figure out all the various places that it touched down.
We also want to take you to Springfield. It was hit hard from this storm. This is a Legacy golf course there. You could see the hail on the ground, but you could also see that massive tornado in the background.
We want to say thank you to the weather team for staying on the air for so long, keeping people updated and informed. And we want to let folks know that it doesn't end here. We're going to continue to follow this story as it develops in our weather and news apps.
Yeah, a lot of the communities that we have here are going to need our love and your love as well as we look at the devastation tomorrow morning. And we're going to keep you updated with the very latest here on WSMV4.
And the good thing tonight, Lisa, we can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes, we can. The storms are gone.
I'm getting ready to
well.
put a video about that in our First Alert weather app right now.
All right, be safe and reach out to the people that you love. Make sure they're okay.
Have a good night, everybody.